You are listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report, episode 199.2, our boys basketball sectional championship scoreboard from all 64 Indiana sectionals. We also have regional matchups and some details from a few of the local games.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengels.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you've chosen to listen to the Central Indiana Sports Report, we thank you for spending part of your day with us. Today is March 9th, 2025. It's a Sunday.
Which
So
means
it's another day for the Central Indiana Sports Report. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt, and I love Central Indiana basketball. I am coming to you today from headquarters in Jeffersonville, and as you could hear, producer Susie is in the control room.
heyo.
That's what you wanted to do? Heyo?
I don't want to do it. No.
Nothing when it's said by Hank Kingsley on the Larry Sanders Show. That's pretty sure that's where you got that. All right. Coming up, we have the sectional championship score from all 64 sectionals with the regional matchups and some details from games from around the state. But first, please, we're going to beg you.
Oh, well, let's not beg.
We don't want to beg.
Well, just
We're going to ask
nicely.
you kindly
Ask nicely, yeah.
to go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Just search Central Indiana Sports Report. It's easy to find. Please go do that for us.
Maybe say pretty please.
Pretty please go do that for us. Also, on Monday morning, we will have our full report, Michelle Garman and Ryan Van Skyok, from the sectional championship game at Frankton, which, spoiler alert, Tipton won by a point, their fourth consecutive sectional championship game. We also have lots and lots and lots of stuff coming up this week, including a Colts report, an IU report. We will have reactions to Pacers games and Purdue games, and we'll have Will Rutherford's 5 questions that need answers and Hanson Crafton's combat sports report as well. Dave Chanley is on IndyCar duty. Of course, they aren't racing again for another couple weeks, but we'll hear from him soon as well. Let's just say that the Central Indiana Sports Report is doing a lot of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff. It's kind of our thing.
We're on it.
We're on it. It's our thing. Let's start in Class 4A at Sectional 1. That makes sense, right?
That makes sense.
Crown Point defeated Lake Central 52-36 at Lake Central, and Portage knocked off Merrillville 83-62 at Valparaiso, setting up Crown Point versus Portage in the regional 5 o'clock at Michigan City on Saturday. It was number 13 South Bend Riley 55-39 over LaPorte at Michigan City. Otto Large with 17 points for Riley once again, the star again. With that name, you have to be the star.
Have to be, yeah.
Number 9 Warsaw beat number 11 Northridge in overtime. We expected a classic. We got one. 78-74. I picked Northridge in that one, so I was wrong, but so did Grant. So
That makes it okay.
yeah, we both missed that one. So it'll be number 13 South Bend Riley against number 9 Warsaw, which, by the way, incredible that they won that with 2 season-ending injuries to both of their starting guards.
Absolutely.
It'll be Riley versus Warsaw, 4 o'clock at South Bend, Washington. And it's going to be a pair of rivals in the regional at Logansport after Fort Wayne Carroll beat Northrop 58-39. The big one for them was beating Snyder on Friday night. Really big. Two upsets for Carroll to win the sectional. Paxton Crane had an incredible sectional, finished with 23 points in the final. Number 15 Homestead beat number 14 Wayne in a great one at Wayne, 56-52. So 7 o'clock at Logansport, it'll be number 15 Homestead against Carroll. Susie, we know those schools do not like each other.
No, they do not. I said, go.
Harrison beat Kokomo for the second time this season, 70-63 at Kokomo. Malachi King scored 20, Reed Smith 18. Harrison shot 57% from the field to 43 for Kokomo. The Wildcats were led by Corbin Hamill's 18 points. Zion Bellamy scored 15 in his final game as a Wildcat, and freshman DJ Nash had 12. Kokomo is going to be very good again next year. And in Sectional 8 at Carmel, it was number 1 Fishers 55, number 8 Noblesville 46. The defending state champions and state favorites remain unbeaten on the year. Jason Gardner, 14 points. Nathan Baker, 12. John Anthony Hall, 11. That's the thing about Fishers, is it could be one of about 8 different guys. TJ Davidson led Noblesville with 14. So it will be number 1 Fishers against Harrison at 7 o'clock on Saturday at the Hot Dog Dome in Frankfort. It was number 6 Mount Vernon with a huge double overtime upset over number 2 Greenfield Central, 83-76. What a night it was for Purdue commit Luke Ertl. He finished with 36 points and was clutch all night. Braylon Mullen scored 38 points in his final high school basketball game. Hard to believe the All-American will never win a high school sectional championship. That's how great that sectional is. And Mount Vernon will face Brownsburg, which beat Ben Davis, the reigning champion in the semi-state, in the North semi-state in 4A, 52-49, also in double overtime at Avon. So 1 o'clock at Southport, it'll be number 16 Mount Vernon versus a very good Brownsburg team. Forgot to mention that one is in the South. Also in the South, it was number 10 Lawrence North over North Central, 74-59 at Lawrence Central. And Mooresville, 57-51 over Franklin Central at Franklin Central. So it'll be number 10 Lawrence North against Mooresville at 4 o'clock Saturday at Southport in the regional there. And it was Terre Haute North, 64-62 over Bloomington South at Bloomington South. Pretty big upset. It was Terre Haute North's first postseason win over Bloomington South since 1996. And Whiteland beat Columbus East at East, 53-59. It was Whiteland's first sectional championship in 23 years. So at 7 o'clock Saturday at Washington at the Hatchet House, it'll be Terre Haute North versus Whiteland. And in the far south of Class 4A, it was number 6 Jeffersonville 62-47 over number 12 New Albany at Seymour. Trey Singleton had 28 points for Jeff, and if there's a team that can beat Fishers, it is probably Jeffersonville. And it was at Evansville Harrison 68, Evansville Wright 61 at Harrison. So it'll be number 6 Jeffersonville against Harrison Saturday for the regional at Southridge. That game is scheduled for 7 o'clock. To Class 3A in the very north of 3A, Sectional 17 at East Chicago Central. The host East Chicago Central beat Gary West 64-53. And Sectional 18 at Kankakee Valley, Hanover Central beat River Forest 67-50. 1 o'clock at Michigan City in the regional will be East Chicago Central against Hanover Central. In Sectional 19 at Plymouth, the reigning 3A semi-state champion South Bend St. Joseph beat Culver Academy at Plymouth 47-45. And Sectional 20 Columbia City beat Tippecanoe Valley 45-43 in overtime at Northwood. So it'll be number 2 South Bend St. Joseph against Columbia City at 1 o'clock in the regional at South Bend, Washington. In the sectional championship at Garrett, it was number 7 Blackhawk Christian 55-34 over Leo. And in sectional 24 at Newcastle, Delta won its 3rd straight sectional championship by beating the host Trojans 50-37. Delta will take on number 7 Blackhawk at Newcastle, 7 o'clock on Saturday in the regional. Of course, Delta is also the reigning regional champion. So is Blackhawk. They actually moved up from 2A to 3A because of their success in the 2A tournament. Marion is a sectional champion for the first time since 2020. They beat New Haven 92-88 in overtime. Logan Barnes had 25 points, Tim Jones 24 in the Giants win. And Mechanical won its first sectional championship since 2000 with an 88-77 win over Logansport at Logansport. Mechanical coach John Burris is just the 12th coach ever to win a sectional in 3 different classes. 7 o'clock at Lapel on Saturday in the regional. It'll be Marion against Mechanical. At Frankfort, number 5 Garin Catholic beat Tri-West 63-39, and at Shelbyville, number 3 New Pal beat Roncalli 66-55. New Pal scored 36 points in the second quarter. Julius Jeezy led the Dragons with 20. So, in perhaps the most anticipated regional of the week, at Greenfield Central at 4 o'clock, it'll be number 3 New Pal and Julius Jeezy against number 5 Garin Catholic and Bryson Cardinal. Can't wait to see what happens in that one. And another highly anticipated regional on Saturday, 4 o'clock at Lebanon, it'll be number 6 Crispus Attucks against number 11 Northview. Crispus Attucks beat Shortridge 71-55, and Northview beat Speedway 70-40 at Cascade. Sectional 29 at South Dearborn, it was Jennings County 69, South Dearborn 55. Jennings County moved from 4A to 3A, from one of the toughest sectionals in Class 4A to one of the weakest in Class 3A, and they've won back-to-back sectional championships. And Sectional 31 at Southridge, it was number 8 Princeton over Washington 43-33. 4 Tigers scored in double figures, led by 14 points from Edwin Holmes. So on Saturday at Southridge at 4 o'clock, it'll be number 8 Princeton against Jennings County. And in maybe the best sectional championship of the night, number 4 Brownstown Central beat number 9 Silver Creek 52-50 in the championship game at the beautiful Charlestown Sports Arena. And in sectional 32 at Boonville, it was an upset. Evansville Memorial 56-43 over number 13 Evansville Central. So it'll be number 4 Brownstown, the defending 2A state champions who had to move up to 3A, still moving on, even though moving up. They will play Evansville Memorial at 4 o'clock at Washington at the Hatchet House. The South Semi-State in Class 3A, Susie, is going to be incredible. In Class 2A in the North, Sectional 33, number 6 Gary 21st Century beat Hebron 84-50 at Hebron. And number 7 Lures beat Woodland 73-47 at South Adams. That sets up number 6 Gary 21st Century against number 7 Lures at 4 o'clock. And North Judson, of course, Grant and I both picked Lures to win the Class 2A state championship, so I'm going to stick with that one. Sectional 34 at Jimtown, it was the host Jimmy's 54-40 over Bremen. Jimtown's first sectional championship since winning the state championship in 2004. My first year down south here, covering basketball. And number 12 Westview beat Central Noble 52-44 at Westview. So it'll be number 12 Westview against Jimtown at 4 o'clock Saturday at Triton. And Western Boone won their first sectional championship in 25 years, beating Seeger 55-37 at North Montgomery. And number 1 Wapahani beat Madison Grant 74-46 at Blackford. 4th straight sectional championship for the defending 2A North champions. Camden Bell had 21 points, Eli Andrews 19, and Nate Luce finished with 14 points and 11 rebounds for the Raiders. Xander Gillespie led the Argyles with 12 points in his final game. Madison Grant this year went from 6 wins last year to 12 this year, so and reached the sectional championship. Very successful season for the Argyles. In the regional at Lapel at 4 o'clock Saturday, it'll be number 1 Wapahani against Western Boone. Sectional 38 at Wabash, the number 4 Manchester Squires beat Oak Hill soundly once again 70-38 to win that program's first sectional championship in 30 years. And Tipton won its 4th consecutive sectional championship, beating host Frankton 43-42. Grady Carpenter cemented his sectional MVP run with 18 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds, and was clutch in the fourth quarter of all 3 games. Every game Tipton plays is close. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
Every single one.
They work best under pressure, I guess.
We will hear from Michelle Garman and Ryan Van Skyok on their breakdown of the sectional championship. They also spoke with Grady Carpenter, Sam Quigley, Landon Spidell, and head coach Cliff Hawkins on a full report coming out first thing Monday morning. We'll also hear from Frankton head coach Brent Brobston. In the regional at Logansport at the Berry Bowl at 4 o'clock Saturday, it'll be Tipton against fourth-ranked Manchester. And at Greencastle is number 3 Park Heritage 67, South Vermilion 32. And at Hagerstown, Centerville with a bit of an upset 61-57 at number 5 Northeastern. Just want to point out when I picked Centerville to win that sectional, Grant said, "Really?"
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to point that out.
Yeah. Okay.
So at 4 o'clock Saturday at Martinsville, it'll be number 3 Park Heritage against upstart Centerville, which is going to be very good for the next 3 years after this one. University beat Ritter 58-42 at Park Tudor, and Triton Central beat Cecina 37-30 at Crystal House. Eli Sego had 14 points for the Tigers. 1 o'clock at Lebanon on Saturday for the regional championship. It'll be University against Triton Central. In sectional 45 at Southwestern, it was number 2 South Ripley 75-60 over number 14 Southwestern. And at sectional 48 at Tell City, the Forest Park Rangers held off Evansville Mater Dei 69-67. 7 o'clock at Seymour in the regional championship, it'll be number 2 South Ripley against Forest Park, a program that has won a lot of regionals. Sectional 46 at Paoli, it was number 8 Providence over number 10 Paoli 41-40. And at Eastern Green, number 11 Linton Stockton beat West Vigo 61-36. At 7 o'clock at the great Lagodi Gym. By the way, Susie, don't know if you've ever been there. Fantastic gym at Lagodi. It'll be number 8 Providence against number 11 Linton Stockton. 2 programs that are very familiar with each other in postseason in a lot of sports.
Right you are, Ken.
Susie coming in with the right you are, Ken. Fantastic for those who get the reference. We move to Class A, Sectional 49 at Couts. It was number 7 Couts 61, number 10 Washington Township 52, and Tri-County beat West Central 58-51 to win the sectional championship at Tri-County. And at 1 o'clock Saturday at North Judson for the regional championship, it'll be number 7 Couts against Tri-County. Sectional 51 at North Judson, it was number 11 Triton 51, Trinity Greenlawn 32, and Lakewood Park beat defending Northern semi-state champion Canterbury 36-35 at Fremont. So it'll be number 11 Triton Central against Lakewood Park at Triton at 1 o'clock on Saturday for the regional championship. Sectional 53 at North Vermilion, Central Catholic beat Covington 50-40. Sectional 54 at Clinton Central, it was number 3 Clinton Prairie 65, Frontier 37. Clinton Prairie's first sectional championship since 1982 and just their 3rd overall. And I don't think it's going to end here, Susie. It's going to be a long run for Clinton Prairie starting this Saturday, 4 o'clock at Frankfort, so bit of a home court advantage. It'll be number 3 Clinton Central against Central Catholic at 4 o'clock for the regional championship. Of course, not a very far trip for Clinton Central, or for Central Catholic either. And in the regional at Newcastle, it'll be Daleville against Monroe Central. That game will be at 4 o'clock. Daleville beat Northfield 66-64 at Southwood in an incredible game. Go read about it. Cade Hampton's account in the Star Press. Ashley Fouch became the first woman to lead a boys team to a sectional championship in Indiana history. Congratulations to her. And Noah Colvin had 18 points. Hunter Sahina contributed 14 to the Broncos' first sectional championship since 2009. And Monroe Central beat Seton Catholic 73-55. Again, Daleville versus Monroe Central, 4 o'clock Saturday at Newcastle. Monroe Central beat Daleville 78-59 at Monroe Central on December 6th. But I don't think you probably want to take that one into account. A lot of things have changed with those programs since then. At Broad Ripple, Liberty Christian won its 4th consecutive sectional championship with a 61-40 win over crosstown rival Anderson Prep. Christian Townsend led the Lions with 15 points, and TJ English scored 11. What a special season it was for the Anderson Prep Jets. They had never won more than 6 games in a season or a postseason game ever coming into this year. This year won 20 games and 2 sectional games. Amazing run for the Jets. Nothing to be ashamed of. Liberty Christian looks like they may make a long run. Of course, they will play North Decatur 1 o'clock Saturday at Greenfield. North Decatur beat host Edinburgh 49-36 to win Sectional 59. At Sectional 58 at Indianapolis Lutheran, Lutheran knocked off number 5 Metropolitan in one of the biggest upsets of the night, 59-49. Sectional 60 at Milan, number 2 Hauser beat host Milan 81-49. So it'll be number 2 Hauser against Indianapolis Lutheran at 1 o'clock Saturday at Martinsville for that regional championship. Sectional 61 at White River Valley, it was number 1 Clay City 82, North Central 40. And Northeast Du Bois upset number 12 Wood Memorial 73-58 to win the sectional championship at Larry Bird High School, also known as Springs Valley. 4 o'clock Saturday at Lagodi for the regional championship. It'll be number 1 Clay City against Northeast Du Bois. And in the southernmost region of the smallest class, number 4 Orleans beat North Davies 42-34 to win the sectional championship at Lagodi. Whoever comes out of Lagodi automatically becomes one of the favorites to win the state championship because that sectional is so good. And sectional 63 at West Washington, it was number 13 Christian Academy 48, Borden 35. Hayden Casey's bunch outscored Doc Nash's crew 22-12 in the 4th quarter to seal the Warriors sectional title. 2 of my favorite guys in the coaching game and 2 guys who are very familiar with each other. Very cool for Hayden Casey. All right, sectional. His 2nd sectional championship. Again, great guy. We will return Monday morning with our full report from the Frankton sectional from Michelle Garman and Ryan Van Skyok, and we will have a daily report, of course. And again, it's going to be a busy week at the Central Indiana Sports Report, so please subscribe so you don't miss a single segment. We always appreciate you being here and listening for this long. Can you imagine listening to me drone on for 23 minutes and still being here?
I mean, I've been doing it for 27 years, so
Good point. I guess some people like me.
I guess so.
Thank you for listening. If you are interested in seeing us continue to grow and thrive, I didn't say that very well, but anyway, you know what I mean. Please share the Central Indiana Sports Report with your friends and family. That was a pretty good one.
That was a good one. Well done.
Thank you. I like when
You're good at that.
I'm pretty good at it.
I'm glad you didn't ask me to read that because
I'm glad you.
you're so much better at that kind of thing because you add the color.
You add the color to my life.
Mm-hmm. Savvy.
The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie. I do.
Oh, good.